We just heard a member of the House of Commons say that the right to vote is an attack on democracy. She says that giving workers the right to vote will allow them to be intimidated. What she should learn about the right to vote is that if executed properly, it happens through a secret ballot, which means neither the employer nor the would-be union would know how the worker voted, and therefore it would be impossible for the worker to be intimidated. In fact, that's how elections work. That's how all of us were elected. No member of this House can intimidate a voter because none of us actually know for sure how they voted, because a person walking into the voting booth does so in privacy. The previous government enshrined this principle in the Labour Code to allow workers the same democratic protections. Now, if she's so worried about employers intimidating workers, why doesn't she allow those workers to make their decisions in private, out of the view, without the employer looking over the shoulder of the worker, the same way every other democratic country in the world operates? Or could it be that her party and the party across the way wants to give interest groups the ability to look over the shoulder of workers when they're deciding whether or not they want to vote? And the final question, she says, as the government has, that there was no tripartite consultation when we gave workers the right to vote. Tripartite being government, business, and unions. And you know what? Those are the last three powers that should be consulted, because this is about workers' rights, not the rights of big government, big business, and big unions. It's the right of everyday workers to chart their own course, mark their own destiny, and make their own decisions without intimidation from any of those three powers.
Honourable member for Saskatoon West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank my comments from my honourable colleague, and it gives me another opportunity to remind him about how workplaces are organized, and how I think in previous comments, I think he thinks somehow that the big balloon secret ballot pops out of the air and sort of arrives in a workplace, and somehow people know that it's time to vote. The problem with a secret vote is that it is announced in the workplaces, and what happens is that employers, and the evidence is there, intimidate workers because they know when the vote is happening, and that is what happens. It's not unions. And I think the comments, that's the evidence that's there.